Last night, we celebrated a most wondrous event, the birth of Jesus. Now, celebrating birthdays is not uncommon, is it? Friends and family often gather together to give thanks for the person whose birthday it is. We've all been to one before. We've all had one before. There's usually good food, great fellowship. And we mark the occasion by noting how long, how many years the person has been with us. In the beginning, we show baby pictures, don't we? Remembering back to the day they were born. But later in life, we take more note of how long the person has endeavored to persevere. We look less back at the day of their birth and more at their list of accomplishments, what they have done, what they have endured over the past year. As we grow older, we think less about what is before us and more about what is behind us. I guess that makes sense. When we were young, we were told we have our whole life ahead of us. Yet the older we get, the life ahead of us seems to have been halved, then quartered, then sliced up even more, until there seems to be little left of it, little to look forward to. I don't know about you, but for me, looking at life like that is kind of depressing. So in those times when I start feeling sorry about myself or growing a little bit older, I remember back to last night. Why? Because last night was about looking forward, looking ahead, not looking back. If we're about looking back, then last night we would have sung happy 215th or 16th birthday to Jesus. And today would be just another day. The time we set aside to remember is brief. It's hard to set aside the world for very long, or so it would seem. Life always seems to go on. It must go on, even after the party is over. As we all know, eventually all parties end. But the reason last night was one to remember, especially when the times seem a little bit dark, is that last night we were told the party doesn't have to end. Because God loves us, He opens the way for us to a never-ending party. One in which we are joined not only by those we have loved, but those who have loved us. And we're told that the party lasts in eternity. Seems almost too good to be true, doesn't it? Yet we know it is. In the birth of Jesus, God shows us that God is faithful. God keeps God's promises. Mostly because God loves us too much not to. And that's good news worth holding on to. But as the angels told the shepherds, it's not for them or us to keep to ourselves. That good news is for everyone. Still, if the shepherds had run out and told people that this heavenly chorus showed up in the middle of nowhere, proclaiming the arrival of God incarnate, the reaction then would probably mirror the reaction if that happened today. People would have laughed at them, asked them what or how much they've been drinking or smoking. So the shepherds do exactly what they must do. They go to see for themselves. No sense trying to tell somebody about something you can't prove. Their nomadic lifestyle made them outsiders enough. Spreading a story like this would have really had people looking at them like they are really out there. And what did they find when they arrived? Exactly what they were told. And what did they do after seeing it? They returned to the fields, glorifying and praising God for what they had seen and heard. For them, the party didn't end when they left the little baby Jesus and his parents. They took the party with them. When we look, we see that their lives were changed not by the arrival of an angel, but by their encounter with Christ. was their experience of God's love revealed through Jesus that gave them new hope, that they then took back into the world and shared with others. If finding new hope is not looking forward, I don't know what is. As some may have gathered after reading my recent newsletter article, I don't get so wrapped up, so to speak, in all the gift giving and receiving during this holiday season. Mostly because, as busy as I've always been this time of year, I get frustrated very quickly as I search for that perfect gift. Anything I find never seems to express the love I want to show. My only solace is in knowing that the love I try to show each and every day is the love I found one Christmas in the story being told. Love that offers new hopes, new opportunities. Love that, once experienced, I felt I needed to take back into the world and share with others. I guess when we come right down to it, each Christmas, maybe we don't celebrate the birth of Jesus so much as we celebrate the reality of God's love revealed to us through Jesus Christ as being the most perfect gift we have ever received or that we could ever give. It is the only gift that changes our focus from what is in the past to what is still before us, as it reveals new hope in what lays ahead. As we go back into the world today, glorifying and praising God for what we have seen and heard and hopefully experienced, let us not do it frivolously, simply by saying, God loves you. Instead, let each of us share with someone the story of how we came to know God's love and how they might